Why were you here? Do you remember what they told you about why you were here?
It wasn't what I was told, but what I saw.
Okay.
I saw, and I saw the purpose and the reason, for me being here in, this time. And there was quite a few reasons for it. I did have some karmic obligations with some family. I also agreed to help certain people, um, and a few other extremely personal reasons why.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, I knew why I was here, so it was no question of me coming back. And I have no problem living life. Like I want to finish out this time.
Okay. Yeah, I think I deal with a lot of people that have been through tragedies, people that have lost children, et cetera. And so when we hear about realms where there's peace and love and comfort, and we think about all the chaos that we go through on Earth, people
Yeah,
sometimes struggle with like, why am I still here?
absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you'd be surprised, Brian, how much we choose during our life,
Hmm.
the situations we go through, um, and why we put ourselves through those situations. And believe it or not, there are reasons for them. Some of them are karmic, but not all of them are. Um, some of them are to help others with their karma. Um, there's so many reasons for why we go through certain things.
Hmm.
Um,
So how much of life is planned and how much of life is just random luck?
there's almost no randomness, believe it or not. And people don't like when I say that. But almost everything is planned. Um, you know, love, which is the foundation of everything, okay? Whether in this world or the spiritual world, it is perfect and it's harmonious, okay? And that never changes. That never changes. However, in this world, in this realm, this 3D human existence, we don't always see it that way
Mm.
because of how we need to learn certain things. So certain things are presented to us in a way that we can understand, and they don't always seem perfect or sweet or loving, but that's just love fitting the experience to our understanding.
Mm.
So for instance, here's a good example of that. If I'm walking and the ground suddenly drops off, but I don't see that the ground is going to drop off. So, does love be its sweet, loving, beautiful self and say, "Hey, Vena, be careful because the ground's getting ready to drop off"? Or does love say, "Yo, watch out, be careful"? Which one is going to get my attention?
But the second one, yeah.
Exactly, because that's how I need to understand it.
Hmm.
So that's how love works. It doesn't always seem loving, um, but it always is. It's just in ways that we have to understand.
Hmm.
And some things we make hard for ourselves, depending on where we're at, mentally, emotionally, etc.
Right.
But so most of what we go through, believe it or not, is planned. And you'd be amazed that even the little experiences that happen to us are planned.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I'm starting to come to. And I know, again, people will say, well, well, first of all, I guess the first question is who's planning it? And the second question is, why would I plan it?
And it is you. It is you. It is me. We have a lot of say in what goes on in our lives.
Hmm.
Our soul does, put it that way. Um, when we're planning it, we have tremendous amount of say. Um, Now there is a thing called divine wisdom, and in other words, that divine wisdom or that love will kind of step in sometimes and tailor situations in ways that we really need it, and maybe that we didn't see fit to make ourselves experience, but that divine love, that divine wisdom will step in and tailor things for us in ways that we need to understand.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, you just made a couple of really important distinctions there because, the thing about you said, I think you said our soul plans a lot for us. And so sometimes people say, well, why would I plan this? And the way I've always put people is like, I think you're planning it from your higher self. You're looking at it from
yes,
your the higher perspective that this is good for me, almost kind of like a parent would to a child. Sometimes the parent will tell a child to do this or do that, and the child's like, yeah, that's not really what I want to do. But the parents knows better and then tells the child out of love, this is the better thing for you.
absolutely, absolutely. And you have to remember something, Brian. When you are on the other side, you see this much, everything.
Mhm.
Okay. But here you're only seeing this much. So when you're on that other side, when you're on the other side and looking at things through a 360-degree perspective, shall we say, um, you see the short and long term on everything. You see all sides.
Mhm.
Um, Here, you're only seeing it basically from one side, and that's kind of it. And um, so naturally, since we're not getting the bigger picture here, things seem unfair. It doesn't, bad luck. No, luck has very little to do with anything. The luck factor doesn't even play. It is, like I said, that divine wisdom that is seeing the whole bigger picture.